All right, y'all, welcome to the craft room. We've got our fabric picked out, we've got our pattern ready to go. About to turn on the projector and start cutting. We are working on a testing pattern, so you won't see this until after it's released. But a lovely skort by Patterns for Pirates, and I cannot wait to show you the end result. It's so cute. So let's get started. All right. So this outer requires a French terry or similar, and then it's got some little shorties underneath. That can be cotton spandex, it can be athletic, it can be whatever we want. So I'm starting with this lovely, very drapey French terry that I think Virginia will love. I'm making these for my sister. I've got my fabric all laid out. I've just aligned my pattern piece to it. So we're going to start in with the cutting. Of course, I'm going to do pockets. So we're going to get this whole thing cut out. I'm going to do this mid-thigh version, which is like a curved hem. Cutting from the wrong side so I can actually see this. It's like a mid-thigh curved hem, super cute. It's the same version I made for myself. I think she's really gonna like it. So I'm gonna get this whole thing cut out, and then we're gonna be all set to sew. So let's fucking go. So here's my cotton spandex that I'm gonna put underneath, and I'm gonna try to be as frugal with this as possible because I'm wondering if I could make her some matching underpants. Wouldn't that be a nice little like matching set of cuteness? I think that'd be adorable. So let's find out. Okay, so I've got everything cut out. You can see it's kind of two different pieces because it's a skort. So you've got my skirt pieces and the shorts pieces. My first step is going to be finishing the pocket and getting that attached to the side so that I can construct the bottoms, and then also attaching the pocket to the skirt and just creating the pocket piece before I can sew the skirt together. So I'm going to get going on that, and then we'll be able to pull it together. This pattern has a really cool construction that hides your waist seam in between the skirt and the shorts, and I am obsessed with that. So I cannot wait to do that for this one. I'm super pumped. All right, first round is done. So I'm going to start with the bottom, the shorties. So you can see I always mark the back of a pattern piece that isn't very obvious with a blue clip because blue is black, blue is back, and it just helps me keep track. When pattern pieces are a little bit asymmetrical, but not obviously asymmetrical, so that I don't ever mess up. Not that I never mess up, but it reduces the likelihood of me messing up each of those pieces. So I'm going to get these all clipped together and ready to take to my machine. I'm going to start with the shorties, and then we will also do the skirt. First, I'm going to put the pocket on the side piece because this skort has 4 pockets. 4. I freaking love that, especially since like sometimes the fabric that you choose for your outer might not be that supportive. So like if you put your phone in the pocket, it might be just really obvious that it's there, or it might weigh you down a little bit. But having these little pockets in the side of the shorts means that I have 2 options. See, now I didn't mark the back, but I know that this one was the back. So I know. It means that you have 2 places that you can put like your phone or something a little bit heavier while you're out and about without worrying about it pulling or just showing through the fabric. So I love that Judy included 2 sets of pockets here because they don't take that much time and they're worth it. So you can see that I'm adding the front piece to the side. That's the front. I'm a big fan of clips over pins. I use pins on more delicate fabrics or more often on wovens than I do on knit fabrics. But even often, I still go for the clips just because they're a little bit easier. And also, I'm very clumsy. So with the clips, I don't stab myself. And with the pins, I do. All right, so the fronts are attached to the sides. I'm going to go ahead and clip the backs. I love how straightforward these shorties are. It's very similar to almost any legging pattern, actually, that has this style of side pocket. So it's pretty straightforward, very easy. Definitely not something that really needs instruction once you've done it a couple of times. Although if you do need instruction, no shame in that game. Okay, there are times that I forget how to do a burrito roll, and I've done them dozens of times. There's one leg ready to take to the machine. You can see that I've already clipped and quartered the waistband as well. It's going to be the last step, but I still like to just get it done so that it's ready because I get really excited when I'm getting to the last step. I get really pumped. And then that sets myself up to not have a delay before I attach it. Especially with this one because then I have to put elastic in and then I have to top stitch. And so it's like last, but it's not really last. Okay. Now my other leg is all ready to take to the serger. So let's prep the skirt as well. So you're going to see here that I have already finished prepping my pocket. So I have understitched the seam allowance to the pocket lining so that it just doesn't peek out quite as much. And then I've clipped the pocket to the front just to keep it in place. I'm pretty sure the instructions tell you to baste. I almost never do because I'm a really lazy sewist. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I don't have to, I'm not going to. So the next step for me is to attach the front to the back. So that's what we're gonna do next. Just a couple more clips and I'll take this to the serger as well. And then from there we actually can hem the bottom of the skirt. I like to hem before I attach the shorties. Just the less fabric involved when you hem, I find it easier just to manage. So if I can hem early, I'm gonna hem early. Here we go. And we are ready to take that to the machine. So I'll see you at the machine. Well, maybe after a drink. All right, we are nearing the finish line here. I've got my waistband, my skirt, and my shorts, all with their quarter points marked already so that they're really easy to line up. Although I said that and I lied, the skirt does not have a quarter point marked, so I'll need to do that. And then I've got my elastic ready to go. So the first thing we're going to do, once I mark these quarter points, is, I was like glue. We're not using glue today. We're going to clip the waistband to the skirt. We're going to do that right sides together. For this waistband, I don't particularly have a right-wrong side. If you have a directional fabric, or if you have done something specific with your waistband, you might, so pay attention to that at this stage. Otherwise, we are just going to mark quarter points, and it does look like my skirt is not, the side seams are not the quarter point, which is very common, so please pay attention when you're doing this kind of stuff. I am going to put my seam at the back, so let me find my seam. And again, right sides together. So I'm just going to put this right here and line up these quarter points. Okay, so we've got the waistband ready to sew to the skirt. The next step is going to be attaching or clipping, I should say, the shorts to this whole set. And this is the cool thing that Judy did with this pattern is you clip this so that the waist seam ends up between your shorts and your skirt. So it's hidden unless you're like opening your skirt all the way up, which you do, you boo. But to do that, you're going to do the wrong side of the shorts to this stack right here. So when you flip this in, the right side of the shorts will still be on the wrong side of the skirt, but the seam will be in the middle, which is really cool. So I'm going to match those quarter points, and then I'm going to add some additional clips in between just to make sewing it a little bit easier, and then we'll head back to the machine. Okay, so we're all set to go to the machine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a gap of about an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches, in order to insert the elastic into that waistband. I'll insert the elastic and finish the edge on my regular machine, and then I'll take it back to the serger to finish off. And then we'll come back and top stitch that elastic in place so that there's no twisting and there's nothing weird happening, because that's the worst. And then we'll be ready to go. So let's take this off and sew it. All right, and just like that, we have a cute little skirt, some shorts underneath, that hidden seam allowance that I was mentioning. And these are super cute. Can't wait to go give these to Virginia. Let's see how she feels about them.